9 o'clock, we'll call the meeting order. Here.
Here, Gary.
Here. Stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3, discussion and possible approval of minutes from the August 10th, 2026 Commissioners meeting.
Motion to approve.
Yes.
Yes, Gary.
Yes.
Item 4, discussion and possible approval of minutes from the August 11th, 2026 Special Joint Excise Board and Commissioners meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second. Zach.
Yes.
Ruth. Yes, Gary.
Yes.
Item 5, discussion and possible action regarding various road projects proposed by the City of Chickasha pursuant to interlocal agreement A-26-046. Omar Fierro, Director of Public Works, will be present to discuss the proposed projects.
Omar's not here, so Mason's not here.
Yes, so my name is Mason Flores, I'm the Assistant Public Works Director. I'm here on behalf of Omar. I'd like to say he gets second best, but I'll leave you guys to decide that. So the City of Chickasha is looking at doing some road improvement projects throughout the city. One of those includes Iowa from 4th Street all the way to 29th. We recognize that the county hospital is on a portion of this roadway, so we wanted to give it up to the commissioners to decide if they want to help us on this venture, because it does serve so many county residents and is a major roadway for the county hospital. So what we're requesting, and it would be milling the roadways and then paving with asphalt. So we're asking the county if they would like to help from the west side of the intersection of 16th and Iowa to 29th. The only thing we are asking for the county to do is pay for that portion. I know that in the past road improvement projects, as far as our interlocal agreement, the county had to pocket the whole amount and then the city reimbursed them for that. In this case, we would completely pay for our portion, the county would pay for theirs, and they would not have to foot the whole bill and then be reimbursed as time comes. The city will be relining all the storm drains on 15 intersections along Iowa. We will also be paying for the striping and also our portion from the east side of the intersection of 16th and Iowa to 4th Street. And then we also have quite a few more road projects that the city is going to be taking care of. So as far as the city, or as far as the county goes, we're just asking for that portion of roadway, which I think added up to 0.96 miles. And then there's 200 feet of bridges that wouldn't have to be touched, so that's saving a little bit of money. And then, other than that, I believe that's the majority of it. And if you guys do decide to help us on this venture, it opens us up to do more throughout the city as far as road improvement projects. The city council is looking for these to be done. It's already been approved as far as funding. Once we get the details as far as what roads we want to do, how we want to do it, and obviously getting the county's help, we will take it to city council for approval, and we will get working on those by this fall, most likely, a portion of the project. So other than that, that's the majority of it, so.
I was looking over statute today, and I'm not sure that the county can pay for a road in the city limits because of the population, but I think I need to get with legal counsel and make sure of that. We can help with hauling and stuff like that, but I don't know that we can outright pay for a city road because of the statutory requirements, but I'll get with the DA and see what we can do.
So as far as the city goes, Iowa and Missouri are two of the major arterial roads that we are gonna do, no matter what. But we also wanted to reach out, cause I know we've done some projects in the past together. And we wanted to, reach out and see if you guys would like to be in on this venture or not. So as far as that, if we do not get the help, there will be 2 or 3 small projects that we'll put off. But Missouri and Iowa are 2 of the major ones that we're looking to get done, and then also Country Club from the west side of 16th and Country Club all the way to Norge Road. And then after that, depending on where else we decide to go, we'll be doing more, so.
Okay, so do we take no action or table?
I would take no action
No
until,
action.
that way if something happens, it doesn't, it gives time, cause we can always put it back on the
Okay.
agenda, so it ain't no big deal.
So we're gonna take no action on it and I'll get with the DA and make sure
Alright.
that if I read it correctly, cause it's all legal and so I need to read some more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 6, discussion and possible approval of payment of purchase orders that were denied in the previous meeting. Is there any
I don't think we
around
had
up
any.
there? No action. Item 7, review purchase orders generated by the Grady County governing bodies during the current and previous month and authorize or deny payments of such purchase orders.
Okay, we have, Elliott Senior Citizens, they exceeded their purchase order by $715.42, and was for payroll. So, I will get with the young lady down there and have her, probably adding another $1,000 to her. It's a $9,000 blanket, so $10,000, you think that'd be enough?
I think July had a longer period, maybe that was what it was or something, but I'd say a little bit, they got a little bit, they'd be better than being over.
Yeah. Rush Springs Senior Citizens, they, had the invoice dated for the PO. And that was for Culligan Water. I'll call them and tell them that we need to make arrangements to get that done a little earlier. And Public Health, invoice dated before the PO is $795. I don't know what.
Yeah, their registration
Yeah.
was March 25th, and they just did it.
I don't know what, the National Association of County and City Health Officials.
I can talk to Caleb about that one. I can talk to Caleb.
Okay.
We're here, Ruth.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kayla, I didn't see you. She's back there.
It's all good. So on this one specific, or on these 2, there should be 2 of them. One of the, or they had to register and then go through all the state processes because they were speakers at this, event. And so they had to register to hold their spot to be able to be speakers there. And then they had to go through all the state process and they didn't loop us in until later on. And then that's what caused the invoice date to be before, but they had to do it to hold their spot, and then they had to get it approved through the Commissioner of Health and all the legal team up there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and the second one you was talking about,
Same thing,
Yeah,
yeah,
same
yeah, and I
thing.
believe on
Okay.
Brett's actually, there might be, it's over,
$25.
yeah, one of them was, we received an award for their presentation, and they only allowed one person to go, and then it was $25 more for the other person to go. So it was one of those things that we didn't
Okay.
want them to miss out on that award.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Yes.
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 Item 8, public comment. Nobody signed in. Item 9, new business.
I don't know.
No new business. Item 10, discussion and possible approval of petition to the Board of County Commissioners of Grady County, Oklahoma, seeking the location and widening of East 1600 Road located in Section 25, Township 3, Range 8, West Grady County, Oklahoma.
Jessica Wilkerson here as counsel, for the petitioners on that. If I can approach and kind of explain what we're doing. We have I previously came and we got a resolution to kind of locate and widen that roadway. And then I believe an additional resolution was passed, essentially authorizing ODOT to go out there. However, it was my understanding in reading, statute 69-646, that it actually needs to have a petition, and there needs to be a hearing before the board. So I had prepared a petition, and that's what I was trying to get clarity on, is if we actually need to set this matter for hearing.
That was my question, because that road, that petition, requires signatures that landowners agree to, open that road. And neither one of them had signed that.
Correct, and the statute actually is by petition of, I think, 12 landowners. We actually don't even have 12. So in the alternative, it was by resolution, which is why I came to the board previously. I still think, so I have the resolution, I've attached it to the petition. I still think that it needs to go before the board for an actual hearing, so that the landowners can appear and state whether or not they want the road.
I agree. I don't know that either one of them signed anyway.
I don't think they'll sign, a petition, which is why I think it needs to just go for hearing and they have an opportunity to appear.
Okay.
And make comment or objection. It's my understanding that the petition needs to go before the board, and then the county clerk is required to notify the landowners. And the hearing has to be about 21 days once that petition is presented, so, and we also have to publish notice in the paper, so.
Okay, also, I know that the landowner on the north side there, he said that he had that surveyed off.
Okay.
Now, I haven't seen the survey.
Neither have I.
Huh?
I haven't seen anything
Yeah,
either.
so I don't even know that he'd show it to me,
Okay.
so it may have to be surveyed again.
Possibly
For that road.
because I believe the statute also authorizes that if the county is having to expend any funds for this, they need to provide kind of an estimate of what this is going to cost, which might include survey costs.
I think the cost of the survey is around 2,500.
Okay.
Do you know, Zach?
It's about what a survey
Yeah.
costs.
Yeah.
Anywhere between $2,000 and $5,000.
Okay.
Since, my next question is gonna be, is the county gonna have to pay that? Or would that be up to the person that wants to open the road?
My first reaction would be that the county would probably be on the hook for that.
I had a situation the first year, you remember the situation whenever I first came and the road was closed, dead end on Blacksburg? Well, the landowner's the one that ended up, had the survey done. When he had the survey done, then it reflected that the road was actually 40 feet inside on his property. But it was an old existing road, and it had utilities going down the road. And it was determined that the road would remain there, exactly where it was.
Yeah.
So he lost like 40 feet of land, about 3 acres. So my question is, since that was an old road at one time, would that be
Yeah, I don't know.
Open the road?
Yeah. I don't know.
We opened the road. But it was for him.
Yeah. I don't know that we could request a survey without the judge, without a court order saying that we have to pay for the survey. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I thought Charles was gonna be here, I was gonna ask him that this
Yeah.
morning. Yeah, I don't know, Jessica.
Okay. I think when I asked to be on the agenda, I submitted a proposed petition, I actually revised that because it did not have the resolution attached. So I actually have an updated petition, I'm just not certain the procedure as to getting it actually set for hearing, doing the notices, and what the next step is.
I've never done that, so I don't know either. It's just something I have to.
And I wasn't sure if Charles was gonna be here either, and I can certainly talk to him on the procedure.
I mean, I'm just gonna have to, I'm gonna have to do some reading, cause I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And talk to Charles.
Can I leave a copy of the updated petition
can.
with you?
Yeah.
Please do.
Pass it down to you.
This one should have all the exhibits.
Did you see Jessica?
I updated it since then.
Oh, since then?
Yes, so this should be, I didn't have the resolution attached that you guys done, for that one. So I will retain the original and, I can talk to Charles on the actual procedure.
Okay.
You would like to do that?
That would probably be the best thing to do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, no action on item 10. Item 11, discussion possible action on Health Choice Pre-Med Defender Employee Health Insurance Plan Option in America Fidelity Services as the county section 125 plan administrator. What's up?
Hey everybody, good to see everybody again. Luke Ennis with American Fidelity. Ruth, good to see you. I missed you last time. So as we discussed in the previous meeting, just kind of going over what we do, American Fidelity is wanting to partner with the county to be your section 125 provider going forward, but the bigger part is partnering with the county to execute your open enrollment and this big change you're thinking about making from OPH and W over to Health Choice. And so we would partner with Jill, with you guys, and just help execute, educate, and make sure all the employees know all of the new benefits available to them, and help everybody make that transition over to Health Choice, and possibly the Pre-Med Defender plan. My team are your help all year long, but primarily during open enrollment. We come out in person, in a very structured manner, meet with all the different various departments and all the employees within that department in a one-on-one fashion to help them answer questions around all that core medical, dental, vision, life insurance. And then American Fidelity is a supplemental insurance carrier, so we can help with, if you decide to put in a flex spending account, high health savings accounts, if you offer the high deductible medical plan with the state, and then we do all the typical voluntary stuff. So we have individual life insurance, accident, cancer, hospital coverage, all of those kind of on a voluntary basis. So, but from top down, our job is to help educate on the core coverage, and then we just talk to the employees about the voluntary stuff, and they can participate if they want to. We have no minimums or any of that. The big piece though is everything we offer to the county, the services we provide, the section 125, the flex spending accounts, if you put those in place, everything we do is at zero cost to the county. So we don't charge anything for our services. All we ask is that we're just here to help, and then our part of the business tends to take care of itself. On the flex spending account, because I know that's something that's kind of new you're thinking about doing, we front all the money on flex spending accounts, so we don't ask that money to be funded by the county. American Fidelity will fund all the flex spending accounts if there's participation. We also take on all the risk associated with the flex spending account. So if the money is spent and not paid back, we insure that, so it's not a budgetary item for the county. So it really gives a big value add for the county employees that need that for, dental, vision, possible medical expenses, depending on what they're doing on medical plans. So, with this change you're talking about doing, it sounds like you gotta have everybody on by October 1st. So my team, we're already getting prepped just in case y'all say yes. to be here mid-September and execute this and make sure everybody's ready to go by October first and they know what they're gonna do, so. Happy to answer any questions if you have any.
The only question I got is what vision and what dental plan would we want to go with?
Are y'all thinking of just like limiting those to like one?
I think it would be a lot easier on our administration to have just one option.
I think it's a bad idea, yeah.
I'd like to stay with who we have.
I don't have a problem with who we
Yeah.
have either.
Blue Cross on the dental, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Is our vision
VSB.
Yeah, I pretty good luck with VSP, so. Go ahead, Bill.
I just had a question from I was in that meeting, sir,
Yes, sir.
and so it'll be October, November, December, and then we could just carry that on for the next year,
Yeah.
calendar year, we don't have to come back for that, right?
Now, I think what Lori and I talked about is we will have 2 enrollment forms for the employees and we'll enroll for the October, so October, November, December, and then we'll just do a duplicate form for January and just say, hey, what you signed up for, we're just gonna do it and that'll roll to, and then if you decide you need to make changes, we can make those next October. Yeah. Can't imagine anybody's gonna want changes in one.
So all that money I paid the first of the month to have shoulder surgery is gonna go away in October and all.
You start all over again.
I feel your pain, brother.
But I think what the county is really thinking about doing and what I would recommend is with Greg, with the pre-med defender plan, is putting that in place with the Health Choice Basic is gonna eliminate you even having out-of-pocket on the new plan, because what their plan does is it's secondary medical insurance that goes with the Health Choice Basic plan from the state, and it eliminates all of your deductible and co-insurance costs. So you actually would go to a plan that you have no out-of-pocket cost, except for prescriptions, and the deductibles and the co-insurance on the prescription plan with the state's pretty low anyway. So you wouldn't actually have that concern, you would just go into a new plan with no out-of-pocket medical cost. So even if you've met your out-of-pocket on OPHW, like, it's really no change, and Health Choice is a huge network too, yeah.
Since you brought up pre-med defender, sir.
Yep.
We had saw in the second column, there's like, they're not asterisks, they're just, to identify to look down at the bottom. So people know the reality, it says pre-defender has 0 deductible, then pays eligible medical expenses up to 4,000 for an individual or 9,000 for a family.
Correct.
So once we meet that cap,
The Health
anything
Choice-
beyond that,
Health Choice pays.
okay.
Yeah.
Cause I was
That's
just right, I had my wife try to explain it to me, but I was just trying to wrap my mind around it, cause it sounds great that we end up not having to pay a lot.
Yeah.
Especially for cancer and things like that, but I wanted to make sure,
Yeah. So
somewhere
that's-
it's absorbed either through us, hopefully not. Or
No.
you explained it, it goes back to that.
Yeah, cause Health Choice on that basic plan, if you didn't have pre-med defender, for an individual, it's got a $4,000 out-of-pocket maximum, so that's the most you could pay out of pocket. With pre-med defender, they're covering that for you, so you essentially have no out-of-pocket costs except for your prescriptions.
Thank you for
Yeah, sorry,
clarifying.
I'm taking Greg's.
I had just one question.
Yes, sir.
I think my daughter might, she had an MRI, and I think she's gonna have to have back surgery. Do I need to wait till we go into October?
That'd be up to you.
I would say for the sake of your out-of-pocket cost, if you can, then that's gonna be a big cost saver for you, cause with OPH&W, you still have a deductible and out-of-pocket cost you have to meet, if she's on that plan with you. If it's an emergency, then do what you gotta do, but if it's something that could be put off till October, then, you know,
Thank you.
save you a ton of money.
Bobby, has she met her deductible yet?
I'm not sure.
Probably if she's had an MRI, I would think, cause your current on OPH&W, I think is that $9,000 deductible. Probably getting pretty close, I would guess.
Thank you.
Okay, hi, Grady, I'm Greg Meyer, and I'm with Pre-Med Defender, and what Luke was talking about, Pre-Med Defender is secondary group insurance, health insurance, works with Health Choice Basic, and with that combination of Pre-Med Defender and Health Choice Basic, you will have a zero deductible and a zero out of pocket, because Health Choice Basic is a $500 first dollar coverage. After that, there's a $1,000 deductible, we pay the $1,000. After that, there's the 50/50 co-insurance till you hit that 4,000, we're gonna pay that 50%. So that means if it's covered by Health Choice in your network with Health Choice, you're gonna pay zero. It doesn't, like Luke was saying, doesn't have anything to do with the prescription benefit, but on the medical side, zero. And one great thing about it too, it's a 2-card system. So it's like Medicare and Medicare supplement. If you know anybody who's on Medicare and they have it, it's the same type of thing. So it's nothing new under the sun. So you present both cards, that way it gets filed with Health Choice, who pays the provider, it gets filed with us, we pay the provider. The member doesn't have to file claims, so you don't have to file your own claims. And again, if it's covered by Health Choice, your network, Health Choice pays zero.
So there's 2 different premiums we pay for this though. Like you're paying, like your monthly premium, you're paying for Health Choice and you pay another premium for.
Correct. Yeah, and our goal's always to be lower in cost than Health Choice High, but obviously way better than ours.
Do we know what the increase on Health Choice is gonna be?
Yeah, the Health Choice Basic's 18.9%, Health Choice High was 15.8.
That's what it'll be increasing in January?
Yeah, correct.
And I sent those numbers to Jill already for the approximate number, which I was right on.
Anything else?
Do you have any questions about the Health Choice side of things?
How do you find out if your doctors are a network? Do you just have to call your doctors or?
You can either call the doctor, we have a website, it's healthchoiceok.com. Or you can even call our customer care number. And that number is 800-323-4314. I do know that Grady Memorial is in network, they're actually on the plan as well. So, if that's a concern, the good thing with Health Choice is since it is a PPO plan, we do have the majority of the providers in the state.
How about 5 Oaks? Are they in there?
I don't know that one off the top of my head, but I can check.
My team also, if at open enrollment, somebody has questions like that, we will help look up providers. We'll pull up those sites and look for people as well.
Pre-existing cancer doctors.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The one thing with
He's
the,
probably asking about Stevenson, mine's Baptist.
Yeah.
I know Baptist is a network.
Yeah, I'm at Stevenson, that's where I'm at.
I'm pretty sure they are a
Oh,
network
you-
as well. The one thing with Health Choice and Pre-Med, you wanna make sure that you stay in the network. Because if you go outside the network, I don't believe Pre-Med pays, is that correct?
Well, we're gonna pay the in-network rate, so we're gonna pay up to that 4,000, but if you go out of the network, it's like, be just the same, you'll get balance bill, the difference, you'll have to pay that difference.
So will the county be keeping Colonial and Aflac?
Just if you, any new employees or you wanna change, then it'll have to go through American Fidelity, correct?
You can keep the current policies you have.
Yeah, to talk about that, so American Fidelity, part of what we do is we wanna be that single source of supplemental for going forward. But if somebody has plans, they can obviously compare. If they wanna change, fantastic. If they wanna keep what they got, we're not kicking people off stuff, because we don't, our job is to do what's right for your employees. And so if they've got a cancer plan or something, they've had it for years, like, we're probably not gonna beat that price, keep what you got, or your pre-existing stuff. So only thing we ask is just to be that source of that for the go forward. Just, we don't always know what people have, we don't wanna double insure somebody on something, but keep what you got. Obviously compare, and if you find that ours are better coverage and better price, then make that change if you want to, but we're not forcing anybody to change any of that if they don't want to. Yeah.
I had a question. I'm not sure exactly how we got to this point. I have a little bit of insight from the prior health insurance and benefits that I think began to astronomically raise things. So this is a huge venture for every employee, even the commissioners. So next year, because I know we do things year by year, I know nothing can be I would think 100% guaranteed, but this won't have to happen again next year, and I'm just talking to me as an employee.
I'm hoping it don't have to happen
Like I
for
said,
the next 20 or 25.
This is a
or
lot.
30 years.
Yeah, this is a lot. So that was just a thought or
Well, and-
maybe a question.
I truly feel like OPH&W is probably gonna belly up. I mean, I feel like it's just,
Oh, I
there's
got you.
people, there's entities that's flocking away from them as fast
I
as they
heard
can
the
because
same
they
thing.
keep throwing the assortments, so, or the assessments.
Assessments.
So it was just a matter of, I mean, it's just a matter of time, they're on the clock. So this is a preemptive deal, we're one of the bigger clients that they had. So us leaving is gonna put a pretty good sized dent in there.
I know you talked about the medical, dental, and vision. Would the county be taking life insurance through EGIE as well, through Health Choice?
So when we looked at some of the life choice options, there is an option that would get us close to where we were at for the same price. So that's what we were suggesting, but it's totally up to the commissioners.
No, I'm just trying to think on, for my side of things.
And you can also opt to buy additional life insurance.
Yes.
And your life insurance goes with the.
You can keep it, into retirement if you wish to do so. The premiums do increase quite a bit at that point, but an employee can keep everything that they have. If they have 300,000, they can keep that into retirement. It never decreases based on age. So if you have 300,000 when you retire and you live to be 101, you still have that 300,000 unless you tell us to decrease it.
So is it a permanent policy?
Yes, I mean, the premiums can change based on your age every 5 years. For the first 40,000 is set. It's the same price for everyone, regardless of age. It's anything over that 40,000 that's age rated.
So it's a term.
Yeah, it's a 5-year renewing term on above 40,000. And my team does help with that, so we review that every year with everybody, cause if you're hitting like 50 and you got a bunch extra, we do that calculation to let you know what it's gonna change to. The flip side of that is American Fidelity has individual life as well that you can do. And we talk to people about doing some of both, so you have some that you know is locked in. So we do traditional term, we have term to 100, and we have whole life that we can do. Those are all fully portable at the same price. But I do encourage you to do some of both, because the group life, until you're probably mid-50s, is pretty darn cheap. So it's a good.
Yeah, I mean, while you're working, it's pretty
a good price.
affordable.
Yeah. It's not really till like 50, 55 that you gotta really start keeping an eye on it. If you're doing 300,000, you probably gotta keep your eyes peeled on it every 5 years, just so you don't get a surprise on the price change, but it's still cheaper than you can get in the market. Yeah.
So there's options for whole life that'll stay like that. 'Cause
Yes.
I'm 57, I don't consider myself old, but the reality of it is, I see insurance and it goes up anytime I wanna have a life insurance.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So
have.
you can give us
we
some
can do that.
options.
Yes, we have all kinds of options on life insurance, yeah.
The disability, is that something that the county makes the decision on, or is that something each individual employee can make a decision on?
You can do it two ways. You can choose to do the state disability plan if you want. If you go with the state plan, it's everybody. Everybody has to be on it. Or you can do American Fidelity's disability. Ours is voluntary. And I'll tell you, any disability to me is a good idea. I think everybody should have disability insurance because it's your paycheck. The reason a lot of the counties either go with ours or theirs, ours is just the flexibility of it, and we can cover a lot more, than the state does, especially for newer employees, because we do traditional long-term disability. So ours has the option to start as early as day 8 and can potentially pay till retirement age. The state's plan, Lori can talk a little bit more in depth. It's 30 days, and then it's got some limitations on how far it pays out depending on your tenure. So if you're less than 3 years, I think it only pays for like a max of 2 years or something like that. I can't remember all the exact details on it. So that, you can really go either way, but if you do the state one, everybody has to be on it. It's all or nothing on that one, where ours is voluntary.
I think the disability's always been voluntary, it was up to them.
Yeah.
We have no health questions on ours, so it's guaranteed issue to everybody. The only thing we educate on with ours, if you do it, is it's explaining pre-existing conditions. So, on our long-term, we don't cover pre-X for the first year, but anybody can enroll. Because you get in a car wreck, you know, that could be covered, obviously.
Is
So,
it in disability, does it cover sickness?
anything off, as long as it's not job related, we got you covered. So, any off-the-job injury, illness, surgery, whatever, we got you covered. And then on ours, we let the employees pick the waiting period. So it can be 7, 14, 30, 90, 180 days before it kicks in. And then depending on the situation, can pay till retirement age, or for illness, we cover up to 5 years. But it's a very special plan we do for counties. It's, you know, it's a more affordable than traditional plan. It has extra life insurance, but it's got $25,000 of life insurance in it if you die in an accident. It's got a physician expense reimbursement, for helping, not that you would have co-pays with, Pre-Med Defender, but we pay like $150 if you get in an accident and miss a day of work. You know, there's some other benefits in it other than just disability coverage. And then what my team does is every year at open enrollment, we get an updated salary for everybody, and we review that with the employees. Hey, you're making an extra $1,000 a year, do you wanna keep it at that 60% threshold? You can do less, so it's very customizable, to what they wanna do. And then we also talk about the waiting periods, you know, as your tenure builds and you build your sick leave bank, maybe you can wait longer and save some money. So we just always customize what their needs are, and make sure they know how to use it, and take advantage of it. That's the biggest thing I harp on everybody about is, if you're gonna do voluntary insurance, know how to use it, and take advantage of it. Good questions.
Anybody else got any questions? Just like do we need to make the decisions today on the VSP, Blue Cross Blue Shield, state disability or voluntary disability? Is all those decisions need to be made today, or?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I sent Jill an enrollment packet on Friday, and in that, you'll just select which benefits you want to enroll in with us.
Okay.
And if you decide to just limit the plans, then that's up to you all. We don't really monitor that.
Okay. That probably needs to be a board action too, but we could do that at a separate agenda item later.
Yeah.
Give us a week or two to kind of review that.
Yeah, I would say if you guys decide to say yes, then we can start planning and you guys can figure out the exact plans at a later date. Because I would have some stuff you guys need to sign off on for us as well, just for us to get everything set up in the back end. But we can start the process of the plan of action and scheduling and all that stuff at least, and then that stuff can be signed off on later. Yeah.
Do we need to go and make a motion on this?
Yeah, I'm pretty much ready to quit kicking this can.
I make a
Sneaks up
motion
on us.
to, go with Health Choice Pre-Med Defender and American Fellow.
I'll second.
Sam?
Yes.
Ruth?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Do you have anything to sign now or wait?
No, I'll work with you and I'll get all that started and get it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, item 12, discussion and possible approval of a resolution to approve American Fidelity Assurance Company to be single source provider for elective health benefit products and their coordination, including compliance, administration, and plan documentation for Section 125 in the Affordable Care Act, ACA. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Sam?
Yes.
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Did you sign it twice?
Good point.
Okay, we want to give it back to Jill because we may not have the second signature. There's two things, we can't get this in.
Item 13, discussion and possible approval of the fiscal year 2026-2027 elected officials' statutory salaries. And the salaries are, the sheriff is $100,812.50, and the other elected officials are $75,812.50. I'll make that motion to approve.
Second.
Yes.
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Item 14, discussion and possible approval of the financial statement for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2026, and estimated needs for the fiscal year ending in June 30, 2027.
Make a motion to approve the estimate needs.
Second. Yes.
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 The last page is for the excise board.
Do you want Carolyn and Cindy to come up and sign?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, I think there's one page that everyone has to sign. Yeah, is it on the other one too?
It's,
No, I mean, the one that y'all signed. Application is on the application one.
I think that's just the commissioner.
Oh, yeah, it is on this one right here.
It's just the commissioners and clerks.
Cindy and Carolyn. Pass it to the sheriff one.
Oh, Carolyn, there's multiple pages.
Oh.
I think is theirs just one, no, two?
Oh, no, there is more.
Okay, we'll start that one. Why does it that way, I don't know.
Right that
Yeah,
way.
that last one, I think is just this word.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Carolyn, you got another set?
I got another book. Oh, yeah. Thought there was one.
Same exact thing.
Item 15, discussion and possible approval of the 287G memorandum of agreement and service agreement between the United States Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and the Grady County Sheriff's Office.
Sure,
Did we ever hear from Charles or Jason on it?
Jason, I visited with him last week about it, and he was good with everything. Charles, I never heard back from him on it.
Quite the reading material.
Oh, yes.
I have just one question. I don't know who to direct it to. The money that you get in, is it only spent on the 3 deputies that are certified, or is it spent?
It's spent for the office.
Okay,
What I use it for though is their equipment
okay,
to do
that's,
that job with.
okay.
If we need new scales, we have the money. County doesn't have to pay for it no more, so.
That was the only question I had. if it
There's
was-
only 2 deputies though, in there?
3.
There's 3?
Yeah, Under Sheriff Orr, he's
Oh, okay.
usually
Okay.
287G, they just transfer all his stuff over to us, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Cause quarterly we get $15,000
Right.
per officer.
I was thinking it was just Florida and Aggie though, I didn't.
Yeah, since Brian came on, we were actually able to get with the ICE and transfer all his stuff, so, no, we get paid for him too now.
Is there anywhere for us to sign or just?
Nope.
It's just a book for you to read.
A book for you to read, cause I've read every bit of it.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Zach,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Item 16, discussion and possible action on a table item for creating the sub-department account 0420 Sheriff Ice and setting the requisitioning officer as Gary Bogus, Edward Martin, and Corey Brewer, and the receiving officers as Thomas Shepard and Krista Orr.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Zach,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Item 17, discussion and possible approval of the table item for creating the special project accounts 2401 ICE M&O and 4201 ICE capital outlay.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Zach,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Item 18, discussion and possible approval of the table item for creating the following accounts. 1226-2-0420-2401 Sheriff Service ICE M&O and 1226-2-0420-4201 Sheriff Service ICE capital outlay.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Zach,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Item 20, discussion and possible approval of implementing a burn ban for Grady County effective August 17th, 2026.
Make a motion to approve.
My recommendation is without prescribed burns.
Right, no burns.
Will it be 14 days?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
the weather outlooks.
It was.
That's a recommendation.
Yeah. I'll second the motion.
Zach,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
So when you say without prescribed burns, we're not allowing prescribed burns?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Item 20, discussion and possible action on a quote from Visual Language Professionals VLP interpreting services for the passport office and use in crisis or disaster response as needed.
So I reached out to this organization. They do all spoken languages and then ASL CART, which is signing in someone's hand. And this came about because we had a gentleman come to our office who had Parkinson's, who was a senior citizen and was deaf. So even when he signed, it was hard for us to figure it out. We helped him and we got him to where he needed to go. It took like an hour and a half, but it was all good. And a lesson learned But with the passport office being such a good, thing that, the citizens can use, and they come from out of county as well. I didn't realize that, but they're coming out of county. So we set up an appointment and we only pay if the service is needed. So somebody who's deaf, set up an appointment 2 weeks from now. We can do Teams or Zoom, over the internet and pay for that support for them for the hour. And then my thought process, cause I'm working with USAO and the deaf instruction, professors to come up with support in case of a disaster apartment complex. Law enforcement needs to speak to somebody. I just think it just empowers us even more for the constituents, and it's only pay as you need it. We may only use them 3 times in a year, but the agreement is just to support our, county residents and the constituents. To me, it's another plug for you all to say, hey, this is what we're helping the county with, but I think we need it, especially the spoken languages and or in-person ASL if there's an event. And I gave you all a copy. And I sent it to, the ADA as well. So he had it.
Did you get a reply from him?
No. I, see it as, we add them to our vendor list, we're only gonna use them, pay them when we need to. It's not like we pay them $10,000 a year up front. It's not nothing like that, only if we use them.
I know we've had a deaf gentleman before at the treasurer's office, and you said yours had Parkinson's, so he couldn't write it down. Our
Oh, it was
gentleman,
bad.
our gentleman
Yeah.
just always been able to write what he needed.
That's something I've learned from this USAO folks who are educating us. We have another meeting coming up the 18th, tomorrow. English is not their first language. Many of them don't write well or have comprehension like we do.
Yeah.
They just have bullet comments. Even some of them lack the skills to effectively sign. So I'm learning a lot, just for that community, but also the spoken language community that I know is hidden within the fabric of this county. I run into them all the time, more than Spanish. We can take care of Spanish pretty easy, but. So I would just respectfully request that we approve so we have that tool if we ever need it for the passport office in any crisis
So
or
that-
disaster.
They will do online.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I prefer that. I only put the in-person in case there's an event.
Yep.
Then we can have people come, if there's a disaster, a flood, a major fire at an apartment complex in, District 1 or 4, you know. I just want them to be available to help us. And I'm using my budget to pay those, only the passport budget.
You use your
Passport budget.
Yeah, if we had a
Somebody come
large
in, yeah.
disaster, it would be,
Different, but.
I make a motion to approve for the passport and cash budget too.
Yes.
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Item 21, discussion and possible action on a quote from Allied Elevator to install emergency lights in the elevator.
Make a motion to approve.
This was
Second.
Oh, sorry.
okay.
I already looked it over. I mean, you gotta do it, it's the elevator, so,
Zach?
Yes.
Bruce?
yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Item 22, discussion and possible action on awarding a quoted bid for AC maintenance at the health department building.
I haven't had time to get 3 people look at that. I'm hoping to have that by next Monday.
Just talk about it next week or so. Kelly gets it.
No action on item 22. Item 23, discussion and possible action on awarding a quoted bid for the replacement AC unit at the district attorney's office.
This is the oldest unit on that building. It was, the tag on it says 2001, so.
$100 worth on that one.
Yeah.
It's like, D Hart was $10,750, Van Dyke was $13,099, Climate Concept was $15,250.
I would just say go with the low bid.
Make a motion to go with D Hart, low bid.
Second.
Zach?
Yes.
Ruth?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Item 24, discussion and possible action on opening and awarding a bid for a new or used pad foot roller for Grady County District 1. First one is from United Rentals.
Was in the red.
No. I think what that one's fixable. And it was for $88,981. Second one is from ASCO and it's signed and stamped. It is for a brand new one for $110,250. This one's from Van Keppel. This signed and stamped. Looks like there's multiple in here. This one is from Lighthouse Machinery. It is signed and stamped. And there's two. I'll make a motion to table this so we can review them, make sure everything's to specs, and have a chance to go look at them.
Need a second? Second.
Zach?
Yes.
Ruth?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Item 25, discussion and possible approval of a professional service agreement between Grady County Health Department and Page D Leatherwood.
So this is for a nutritionist position that we previously had with Jenny. It's like one of our bigger positions for, our WIC program. The state is on like we can't hire any new FTEs right now. It's not really a freeze, but whatever you wanna call it. So this is the way they suggested us do it. It would go through the county. We would just pay it and WIC will reimburse all of the funds for her. The contract itself for salary is gonna go through Grady County, but all of her travel will go through McLean County. So that way it kinda divides the, costs. She's gonna cover both. So that will be kind of what our plan is for this position. I don't know if y'all have any specific questions for it. It's a position that's like super valuable. It's a position that we're actually, the state overall is seeing like a huge shortage in this position. So for us to get one that's willing to do contract is kind of, a big deal for us. Like we were scared we were gonna lose her, but, she was really, really good. And we're hoping that it's not more than a year that we have to do this, so I'm hoping by June we can hire her on full-time at the state and not have to do any reimbursements.
I make a motion to approve.
Hang on.
Okay.
Can you explain, it's not a question, can you explain kinda where the funding and stuff comes from, just so everybody can kinda hear where the funding and stuff comes from for this?
So this is a WIC, which is our Women's Infant and Children's Program. So this is federal money that is given to the state of Oklahoma to provide supplemental nutrition benefits, to moms, babies under, I believe they're under 5, any child under 5, new moms, new babies, pregnant women, and postpartum women get it up to 6 months after either they miscarry or have baby. So it's just to make sure that they're getting the nutritional value that they need, and like I said, it comes from the federal government. And so the initial hit will be on the health department, but they're fully refunding, they're reimbursing the whole amount, of that.
Thank you.
Now I make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Yes.
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 Item 26, discussion and possible approval to use the county purchase card to pay the $95 registration fee for Scotty Taylor to attend the OSU vegetation weed application class.
We're gonna do no action on that. We've decided not to.
Okay. Item 27, discussion and possible approval to allow up to $1,000 for the emergency management revolving fund to be used for the recovery dive team. Any expenditure or request in excess of $1,000 shall require prior approval from the Board of County Commissioners.
Sheriff, would you explain the difference between the rescue team and the recovery team?
A rescue team is going to rescue somebody. That means they're still alive. The recovery team means that they have found them, they're deceased, and they recover the body. Plus, these divers are also certified for crime scene, so they're preserving the crime scene in case it is a crime. So there's a huge difference. Like I said, going out, searching for somebody, rescuing them, bringing them home alive, that's not what these folks do. They actually go recover dead bodies, so they're all they carry a lot of certifications for this, so.
So the rescue team is done through the volunteer fire departments. The recovery team is the guys pretty much out of Bridge Creek.
Yes.
That come out, so that's the difference in the two teams. I make a motion to approve, that would come out of the emergency management's revolving account.
I'll second.
Yes.
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 Item 28, discussion and possible action to use the county's deductible fund account to cover a claim of damage to the safety director's vehicle in a hailstorm. I'll make that motion to approve.
Second.
Zach?
Yes.
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Item 29, discussion and possible approval of removing Wilma McCarty and adding Sarah King as receiving officer for the Verdon Senior Citizens Requisitioning Department.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Zach?
Yes.
Ruth?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Item 30, discussion and possible approval of depositing a check from ACO in the amount of $7,340.38 into the general fund for the damage to the construction superintendent's 2025 Ford F-250 during the hailstorm on May 8, 2026.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Gary?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Ruth?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes again.
Item 31, discussion and possible approval of moving a District 3 employee from part-time to full-time and setting his salary.
This young man became workforce last year from school, and he worked there again this year, and he's, wanting to go full-time, and I had an individual that resigned recently, so we want to fill that position with this young man. I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Zach?
Yes.
Ruth?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Item 32, discussion and possible approval of disposing of non-inventory items from the church building located at 428 South 6th Street. And the list is pianos, organs, couches, books, hymnals, bulletin board supplies, old copier, choir robes, glassware, punch bowls, large cookers, old safe, clothing racks, podiums, desk, filing cabinet, old sound equipment.
And I also found a coffee table and 2 end tables. And any of this can go to any of the officials' offices or any 501(c)(3)s or whatever, nonprofits. So we've given some stuff, a couple of churches have taken some stuff. The ICANN house has taken some stuff. The fire departments came in and took some stuff the other day. If anybody needs anything, that safe is about this big, about that wide. I'm assuming we can get it open. We haven't messed with it. There's a lot of filing cabinets. Carolyn, you may need filing cabinets. I thought about you this morning on those filing cabinets. Whatever we can get rid of to the officials and the nonprofits, they can take it. Everything else has to be thrown away or taken to the dump.
Who's the point of contact, ma'am?
You can holler at me. Mike and them are over there
Oh, okay.
almost every day. So just,
Somebody there
yeah.
On
from
your
now until.
cookers and glassware, you checked with the church down here.
The fire department, I think, took almost all the cookers for their, things and,
And that safe is open, but we don't know the code to shut
Okay.
it, so.
I don't know if
It's a voting safe.
If you haven't put your stuff over there.
You give it David,
No.
he'll know how to reset this.
That's what I thought probably somebody would say. But I mean, it's nice. Yes, I say.
Corey said that thought we might need one if we could figure out how to.
It's not a tall safe, it's a totally shot safe.
But it's, I mean, it's a pretty good size.
Maybe we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it.
Okay, it's in that room where me and Nanny's gonna go.
Okay.
There's that little closet back there.
We went
Yeah.
digital, so now we have a bunch that we don't use.
But yeah, Mike and them have been over there most days, so if anybody wants to go over there.
Oh, no.
To make a motion to approve the list, hopefully we can get rid of more stuff.
Second. Yes.
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 Gary, does the District 3 choir need robes?
Yeah. Lots of hymnals, lots of hymnals.
Yeah, we may.
There's a copier up there too.
Item 33, discussion and possible approval of depositing a check from ACO in the amount of $9,067.46 into the emergency management revolving M&O account for the damage to the emergency management 2017 Ford F-150 during the hailstorm on May 8, 2026.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Zach?
Yes.
Ruth?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Did you sign the surpluses?
The what?
The surpluses that you gave us,
Oh.
what did you sign into, or
No,
just the
that's
resolution?
just the resolution. Can we see that one back? I'm sorry.
I think there's one more back there, Gary. Item 34, discussion and possible approval of depositing a check from ACO in the amount of $67,512.88 into the sheriff's service M&O account for the damage to 11 sheriff's units during the hailstorm on May 8th, 2026.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Zach,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Item 35, discussion and possible approval for depositing an EFT from the State Department of Emergency Management in the amount of $62,598 into the dispatch E&O account for reimbursement of the 911 Management Authority grant approved 9/22/25.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Oh, all right. Don't they have that?
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes. Thank you.
Have a good day. Good boy. Alright. Item 36, discussion and possible approval of utility pipeline request permits, water line pipeline permits, and driveway 10-1 permit. I will make a motion to approve.
Second. We got two.
Zach,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Gary.
Yes.
Do you have something to Gary?
I've got 4. I should have brought up new business. Something.
We'll go back.
Yeah, I'd like to hear, when we get through filling this out.
So, you mind if I keep going and then we'll just
No,
put it
no,
back
yeah,
at the end?
yeah, that's
Okay.
fine, go ahead.
37, discussion and possible approval of blanket purchase orders. I'll make that motion to approve.
Second.
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Item 38, discussion and possible approval of county officer monthly reports. No county officer. Item 39, discussion and possible approval of estimated needs, request for appropriations, and transfer of appropriations. I'll make that motion to approve.
Second.
Zach,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Gary.
Yes.
Who's on the highway budget? For you.
We're supposed to be zeros.
Alright, we'll go back to new business.
Okay, just recently, it's been just a little over a week ago, in Warwick Drilling fracked a well down at Cox City. We built a brand new road, completed it last summer, a nice road, chip sealed. And they fracked that well 24/7. There were frack trucks, sand trucks coming in, not just from one direction, but all four directions. I don't know where they're getting all their sand, but it's one of those huge locations, and they literally destroyed a mile of our road. I mean, literally destroyed it. I have talked to one of the company people with Warwick, and I think we're gonna try to work out something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but that to say, if we get any rain, we're gonna have a lot more drilling down there. The only thing that's gonna hold back the drilling right now is the water. They gotta have water. So if we do get a lot of rain, it fills those flood control lakes down there, fills ponds up down there, we're gonna be inundated with drilling, from what I've been told. We've got 4 ways into Cox City. From Highway 19 at Ellick, going south, south to Cox City Road. From Rush Springs going east into Cox City. From the county line, there's 2 entryways coming off the county line from the Lindsay area coming into Cox City. And then off Highway 29 going north, 29 going out of Marlow to mile 13, and then going north into Cox City. If those, and it's a 24/7 operation down there now. And when they're fracking, the truck traffic is unbelievable. And they're running 10 and 12 trucks in convoys. And they're, they're going over that road, and that thing starts mushing just a little bit, and then pretty soon it's gone. So, that to say, we need to come up with some kind of a plan or something. Maybe Charles needs to review it, something, that they're gonna have to help us beef those roads up. We don't have the money.
Cause we've had a couple, like we have a road use agreement with the windmills and stuff.
Yeah.
I just think we need to try to figure out if we can do something like that with the oil field. Now, the windmills, they're way a lot better partners than what the oil field has ever dreamed about being.
Yeah.
But, it's definitely a problem, something, and I think I talked to Kevin a little bit about it, but, we have truck routes that
Yeah.
we at least put them on one road where they
Yeah.
tear one road up.
Right. And that's what we've thought about doing, but the problem is down there in that area, it's so big and there's so much ranch and farmland. We have so many dead end roads.
Yeah.
And so basically the routes I was just telling you, those are the main roads in and out. There is no other way.
Yeah.
And that's created a problem. The road going east out of Rush Springs into Cox City, was Highway 17 years and years and years, way back. And that road is real curvy, and when they built that road, they built it on the ridges, and that prevented them from having to build bridges. And that's why those roads are like they are, they just dead end. If you don't know where you're at, you're running into dead end roads down there all the time. So, that to say, those main roads in and out, they're gonna have to be beefed up, but they have devastated Cox City Road from Rush Springs again, and it's 3.5 years old now. I done that road the very first year, and it's gonna have to be redone again. And that road's been there a long time,
I would,
but that traffic's killing it.
I would kick them in on whatever the shortest route was. I'd kick them off everything else and leave them on the shortest route to Cox City, which would probably be off Highway 29, or, yeah.
Yeah, and see, that's the deal there. If we do that, it's gonna be, see, that's Stevens County
Mm-hmm.
coming in, and I can just hear what, it's gonna be, oh my gosh. I got a problem. I've got a problem.
I do agree we need some sort of road use agreement. I just don't know how, you
Yeah.
know, like, the difference in the oil field and the solar and wind is
Yeah,
is ready to do the agreement. I don't know if we'd ever get the oil field to agree to sign something like that.
well, there's so many different ones
Yeah.
down there is the deal, and the bigger ones, they would need to ante up a little more money than the smaller ones, but that's, who'd we talk to? The attorney? Do we need to get Charles to
Let's start.
research this?
I'd start with Charles.
We
and then
got to do
maybe
something.
call Randy Robinson and see if Randy Robinson
Yeah.
can know at least if any
Yeah.
other counties have something.
Anybody's doing it.
Yeah, I'll call him.
He'd at least be able to say, well, this county has this, and we'd call and talk to them and see what they did.
Okay, well, if y'all hear anything, let me know.
I know it was, Cleveland County or McLean County, one of the two, they did something with the oil field, and they ended up, I can't remember which one it
Get
was.
some help.
Yeah.
Do you have that much oil play up there now?
It's all, well, I mean, it's not all, they're not doing anything active, it's
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
it's all, hauling water to disposals and
Yeah,
stuff, I mean,
yeah.
it's 24
Well,
hours.
and see, that's the thing too, this is not going away.
No.
It's not ever going away.
No,
They're building, some of the locations have up to 20 and 30 tank batteries on them. And you have trucks in and out.
yeah. We got the same with the disposal wells, you know, we
Yeah.
got 4 or 5 disposal wells up there, and I mean, it's just 24/7, just
Yeah.
all day, so I don't know,
Yeah.
and, but the disposal wells that we have, they're pretty good to work with, you know, like
Yeah.
we just worked on a road and they shut the disposal down for the
Yeah.
day. But, so they're kinda, you know, I think the difference is that they're permitted in the community, whereas a drilling well, when they go drill a well, there ain't nobody probably on that well that lives in Grady County.
Yeah.
They show up here, they punch the hole, none of
Yeah.
them care, they're
Yeah.
gonna be gone in 30 days.
Yeah. Well, the issue too is, we put those roads in gravel and just blade them. But it's the dust. It's tearing people and property up.
Yeah.
And that's where I get you.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's it.
Is that, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention in new business, because I got the email late Friday night, but, the testing on the mode at the sheriff department came back negative, so we're good on that. And I gave a copy of the report and to the undersheriff.
Okay. Sounds good. Well.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. Yes.
Sorry, yes.
Gary?
Yes.